Today's question is from a post a LeadSimple teammate saw on Instagram. What advice would you give to someone who is managing people for the very first time?
Well, it's a real honor and a joy and a privilege to manage someone else. That's the first thing I would say. I think the first frame in terms of thinking about it is just to imagine that you work for them, that your job, status, and security is entirely dependent upon their performance. And their performance is predicated upon your collaboration, and your collaboration is predicated upon their trust and their belief in you. We live in a modern society. You cannot force or coerce people to do things sustainably for the long term. Collaboration is the only choice, the only option, and that has to come from a place of belief that you're really there to do right by them and to help them. So if people believe that, if they catch a whiff of that, you have a lot of permission. In order for people to believe that, you have to believe it. So that's step one. You're there for them to serve and to enable them. I'd say some best practices beyond that in terms of brass tacks. Constant, regular, frequent, candid, clear communication is a key. We all, by default, communicate less than we should or could, at least if we're trying to stay on the same page. And staying on the same page is what I would call alignment. Alignment is the act of being non-coercive, of saying, I have a specific set of outcomes I'm trying to achieve. If those happen to line up with yours, I'd love to work together. And if not, that's okay too. So let's stay in communication to make sure that we're aligned. And if we're not, let's stay in communication to figure out that we're not. No harm, no foul. That perspective allows you to stop managing, to stop gripping. And managing in the context of management is a really interesting dichotomy. Management is the name of the title or the role, but managing can be the act of trying to overly steer people, their thoughts, and their will towards specific outcomes, as opposed to just going back to alignment, validating, confirming it's there, communicating around the common vision, repointing towards that, and helping people clarify what their own goals are, removing roadblocks, and helping them. If you find yourself in a situation where it feels like you're forcing it, like you're trying to lead somewhere that they don't want to go, as soon as that happens, you have two choices. You either grip to make them go where you want them to go, or you check in with them and you inquire, are we on the same page? And if you feel yourself not having the willingness to have that conversation because you're afraid of what the answer might be, that, my friends, is a really key moment, a really key decision to ask yourself, do I have the bravery and the courage to see life for what it is in this moment, including if it's not going to break my way? If the answer is yes, a lot of things open up. And if the answer is no, a lot of things, life begins to close. It's kind of high level, but communication, check in, stay on the same page, and make sure you're having a lot of fun the whole way through. That's what I got to say about that.